On June 6, 1944, British and American forces landed in Normandy, France. On the ship, some soldiers were vomiting due to seasickness, while others were praying. As soon as they landed, they were met with fierce German gunfire. The battlefield was instantly filled with blood and gore. Some soldiers were shot as soon as they jumped into the sea, turning the water blood red. The captain pulled a wounded soldier forward when suddenly a shell landed beside them. The soldier was blown in half, creating a gruesome scene. The beach was instantly littered with bodies. Some soldiers were relieved to have dodged bullets one moment, only to be shot in the head the next. The captain led the remaining soldiers to the beach with great difficulty. The German machine guns were firing relentlessly, making it impossible for the soldiers to advance. The captain called for Sniper Jackson to take out the German gunners.
Not that far from me, O Lord.
He successfully took down the gunner. The soldiers attacked the German positions, eliminating the Germans in the trenches. They burned the German soldiers in the fortress with fire. The German forces, seeing their defeat, began to surrender.
I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying!
And said, "I wash my hands before eating." The two soldiers who were shot dead here were speaking Czech.
Tie in my flanks. Open.
What?
What?
I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying! What'd he say? What'd he say?
Look, I washed for supper.
Sergeant Mike collected soil from the battlefield and stored it in a small metal box. The captain picked up the canteen and took a sip of water, but his hands were trembling. He gazed silently at the tragic scene before him. At this moment, the scene shifts to the office where staff are sending telegrams to the families of deceased soldiers. A woman seems to have discovered something and reports to her superior. She has a list of 3 deceased soldiers who are brothers. Their mother will receive 3 death notifications this afternoon. They have a youngest brother who is with the 101st Airborne Division, parachuting into the interior of France, far from Normandy, with his fate unknown. To spare this unfortunate mother from the pain of losing another son, the officers decided to send a special squad to rescue her only remaining son from the war zone. The mission to save Ryan was assigned to Captain Miller. The captain and his troops had just gone through the brutal Battle of Omaha Beach with heavy casualties. At this moment, he couldn't afford to rest and selected a few of his best soldiers. He also recruited a German-speaking soldier named Upham from another unit.
Take your time, Cole. You should look on the...
Thus, an 8-man squad set out on a mission to find Ryan. Along the way, some soldiers complained about the risk of sending 8 men to save 1 person. The captain, however, jokingly said he thought the mission was fantastic and of great importance, worth his full effort. He was willing to risk his and his men's lives for Ryan's mother. They arrived at a building and met a civilian family. The father wanted the captain to take his child, but Soldier Caparzo ignored the captain's orders. He picked up the child, saying the child reminded him of his niece. Suddenly, a bullet came flying.
Talking.
God damn it! Where'd that come from?
Jackson located the German sniper and took him out with 1 shot. Caparzo, unfortunately, succumbed to his injuries due to excessive blood loss. Suddenly, a wall collapses, revealing a group of German soldiers in front of them. The captain and the soldiers quickly grabbed their guns and confronted the German troops. Both sides were caught off guard by the sudden turn of events. It turns out that another team upstairs fired the shot to help.
She's I'll shoot you! Stop! Stop! Come on! Give me that gun! Give me that gun! Put him down! Hände hoch! Gib heute ohne mich schießen! Clear up!
The captain expressed his gratitude to them. After learning that this team belongs to the 101st Airborne Division, the captain asked if they knew where Ryan was. They took the captain to a man named Ryan, but it turned out he wasn't the one they were looking for. He just had the same name. Everyone was disappointed. During the night, the captain mentioned the soldier Caparzo, who was killed by a sniper during the day, and said, "This Ryan better be worth it. When he gets home, he better save lives as a doctor."
Move out in 2 hours.
The next day, they continued their journey and encountered an allied force made up of scattered paratroopers.
Name's Ryan from Iowa.
By my head!
Got it. You know Private Ryan?
On their way, they came across an abandoned radar station. The soldiers suggested taking a detour, but the captain insisted that if they didn't eliminate the German forces, the following troops would be ambushed here. They successfully eliminated the German troops. At this moment, they discovered one German soldier still alive. The soldiers prepared to shoot him.
Right, this is bullshit.
Shooting prison, that'd be okay.
That's against the goddamn rules.
Yeah, well, the goddamn...
He said if he first encountered his own people, he would rejoin the battle. Xiang Wei mentioned that he used to be a teacher. When people in his hometown learned about Sue's profession, they always said he looked the part.
I don't care. Man means nothing to me. It's just a name. But if going to Ramel.
The soldiers fell silent. No one complained anymore. They buried their fallen comrades and then smoothly reached Ramel, where they found Private Ryan.
Our orders are to bring you back.
Ryan was heartbroken but refused to go home.
This changes things.
I don't see that it does.
The captain couldn't decide whether to stay and help Ryan and his team complete the mission. They completed their pre-war preparations and awaited the arrival of the German forces. Soon, the German troops arrived, and the final decisive battle began. A German tank rolled in, and a soldier detonated previously planted explosives. Most of the German soldiers behind the tank were killed. The two sides engaged in fierce street fighting. Jackson, from the clock tower, took down German soldiers one by one. But then, a German tank spotted him. A shell was fired, and the clock tower was blown to pieces. Jackson was killed. He hid behind the wall, too scared to move. Upstairs, the sounds of Mary fighting with the German soldiers echoed. Urban was too frightened to go upstairs and started crying. In the end, Mary was killed by a German soldier who stabbed her in the chest with a bayonet.
Auf! Du hast keine Chance. Lass es uns beenden. What's up? Listen to me! Stop! Es ist einfacher für dich. Viel einfacher. Du wirst sehen, es ist gleich vorbei.
They retreated to the bridge, preparing to blow it up. Sergeant Mike was shot and fell. The captain asked him how he was.
Get out of here! Take cover! We're gonna...
A shell landed near the captain and his men, leaving the captain dazed. At that moment, a German soldier shot the captain. The entire army is on the verge of collapse, and the bridge is about to be lost. Allied support finally arrived. Bombers destroyed the German tanks, and a large number of reinforcements quickly drove back the German forces. The German POW, who was captured earlier, tried to escape, and an enraged Urban finally picked up his gun and shot him dead. The captain was shot and died. Before he passed, he urged not to let everyone down. The now gray-haired Ryan comes to pay his respects to the captain and the fallen soldiers. He says he has lived a good life and has not let them down.
He is a good man.
Is it really worth it?
To me, I mean, where's the sense of risking the lives of the 8 of us to save one guy?
The soldiers expressed their confusion, but Captain Miller understood well. It's not about whether it's worth it. It's a mission, a duty and responsibility to risk 8 lives to protect the nation and the army, and to give an explanation to the people supporting the war from the home front. Many people are likely very angry with the cowardly Corporal Upham. If it weren't for him, the captain and Mellish wouldn't have died. However, Upham is like most of us in real life. He has never experienced war or faced life and death. In everyday life, he is just an ordinary person. But when he truly faced war, the inherent weaknesses of human nature were revealed. How would you react in the face of war? It's a terrifying question because sometimes we find ourselves feeling inadequate. Especially when we see the German POWs we released turning back and shooting at us.
Upham.
He raised his gun and shot the prisoner dead. Most of the participants were forced to join the battle.